transform a salt shaker into a snowman, you need a glass salt shaker or a set of salt and pepper shakers to make a set of snowmen, a small styrofoam ball, some white foam beads or some type of white fabric or cloth or something to tuck inside to make your salt shaker white on the inside, small scraps of black and orange construction paper, a scrap of fabric for a scarf, a hole punch, a scissor, and some hot glue. The first thing to do is get your snowman's head ready. So you're going to take your black paper and punch a couple of holes out for eyes. If you'd like to cut more to make his mouth, cut as many holes as you'd like. We're going to put the paper aside and you're just going to use the little tiny black circles. They're going to be your eyes, and if you want them to be your mouth as well. And then you're going to cut just a small triangle of orange to be your snowman's nose. And you might want to change the size of that once you put it up on your snowman and see. If you're going to give him a mouth, you might want him to have a smaller nose. Otherwise, he can have a big nose and put his two eyes. And then you're going to glue his nose and his eyes and the dots for his mouth if you'd like. And if you don't have a hole punch, you could just paint or draw his eyes and his mouth and his nose on with black and yellow paint, black and orange markers, whatever you'd like. But make his face first. Once his face is done, put that aside to dry and take your salt shaker and your foam beads, and you're going to fill your salt shaker with your foam beads. Fill it up to about the neck if you have enough beads. If not, it doesn't have to be full. It'll still give the impression of it being a snowman. If you're using foam balls like I am, you might want to use some type of funnel or something so you don't end up with foam balls everywhere. I've had them everywhere by doing this. So I'm going to try using a small paper plate rolled into a tube, and then I'm going to very carefully and very slowly pour some into my shaker. You do the same. Whoops. Once your shaker's all full up, we can start decorating it. If you don't have foam beads, well, A, you won't have a mess. You could use cotton balls. You could paint it if you wanted. You could put white glitter in there. You could just put a piece of white fabric. Do whatever you want to make your salt shaker look like it's full of something white. Once your salt shaker's all full of your little foam balls, or whatever you used, and if you used foam balls, you should also clean up all the foam balls that escaped before you move on to the next step. Next, you're going to take your piece of fabric, whatever you want to use for your snowman scarf, and you want to measure around the neck and trim a piece so you have it the right length. And then you're going to want to glue it. Now, I like to fold mine in half so that there's no rough edges showing. Fold it really in thirds like that. And then I'm going to glue it around the top of the neck, not covering the hole, just like this. And then I'm going to fringe the edges a little bit. So make your snowman scarf next, being careful not to dump out whatever you put inside. Once your scarf is glued on, and tell the truth, did you dump all your foam balls out while you were gluing your scarf on? Because I did. Even though I told everyone not to do it, that's exactly what I did. The next thing you're going to do is take your snowman's head and you're going to glue that onto the opening. And once it's glued onto the opening, you shouldn't be able to lose all the foam balls anymore. That's your next step. Glue this on with hot glue and let it dry. And once your head is glued on and dry, you're going to take the cover from your salt shaker and you're going to use it as a hat. And you're going to glue that right onto the top of your snowman's head. Once your glue's all dry, your snowman's finished. You could glue buttons onto the front if you want. You could put twigs for arms. You could add embellishments however you'd like. Have fun with it. Be creative. It's easy to turn simple salt and pepper shakers into cute holiday decorations. Have fun, be creative, and show us your best work.